What up, guys, and welcome to the Flopbuster movie show. We're so happy you could join us here today. We got a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. I'm Tony. We got Victoria, my co-host Gabe. Guys, I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a big week of movie news. There's a lot.
Yes,
Lots.
tons.
How you doing today, Gabe?
Good. How you guys doing today? How's Arizona treating you?
It's very hot. It's
Hot
humid.
as hell.
It's very hot and humid. A lot of monsoons, a lot of storms, but we're getting through it.
Nice.
My
I'm still pale.
neighbor's cat got taken up by the monsoon. It died.
Stop.
But no, I'm really excited. There's a lot to cover here, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty much just ready to jump on in. First, I guess I should see, has there been anything you've seen lately, Gabe? Anything that you've checked out lately?
No, not that I can remember.
Nothing's really been out besides Thor, but we'll get to Thor. We're gonna get
Yeah, I mean, I caught up on Miss Marvel, and I think I told you it's nothing. It's all right.
Everybody's big on Miss Marvel right now.
I don't know why.
We'll talk about it. Victoria, you excited? You ready to cover this?
Yes.
There's a lot of big topics here today. Some that Gabe is passionate about, some that I'm passionate about, Victoria's passionate about. So
I'm excited for this because there's a lot of horror this week.
there's a lot of horror this week. So
Lots.
without further ado, I'm going to pass the baton to Victoria for a little bit of box office breakdown.
Yes. So as always, we're getting it from Box Office Mojo. Thor: Love and Thunder, obviously number one at 144.2 million. Minions: Rise of Gru, 46.1 million. Top Gun Maverick still holding on, 15.5 million. Elvis dropping to 11.2, and Jurassic World Dominion 8.6.
So the box office, it's pretty much a lot of holdovers, and then Thor took the top spot, which there was no question about it. Thor was going to take the crown for that. Controversial movie. The internet is tearing itself apart. I never thought I'd see the day where Thor would be the movie that just like either people love it or they hate it. There's like been no in between. It's crazy. Now I haven't seen the amount of hate a director has received since Rian Johnson that Taika Waititi is receiving for this. But we'll talk about it. Gabe, what do you think of the box office?
I'm more surprised about Top Gun still. I mean, I think at this point, it's people are seeing it a second, a third, a fourth, or a fifth time. I mean, they made $15 million again. So it's from what I've read, it's Paramount's biggest movie, and it overtook Titanic, which I'm pretty sure James Cameron's going to find out a way to re-release Titanic to be number one again.
Right.
But I mean, it's crazy to me, that how big Top Gun's been, and now there's a talk of a third one, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I need a third one. It's like two is perfect.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think this is a testament to the 90-day window, which production companies, studios are shying away from because of COVID. But Top Gun is showing, hey, go back to this model. You make a fantastic film with a committed cast. People are just going to keep coming back. Because I haven't talked to anybody that hasn't seen this or hasn't told somebody to go see this, because it's still the movie to see this summer.
It is. I mean, I don't think I'm going to go back to see it, but I'm definitely going to watch it when it comes back on when it comes on streaming.
I agree.
But I just think the movies are back. I think it's safe to say the movies are back. Just the way that the box office has performed this summer, it's definitely back.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think there's a couple other numbers that catch my eye. Minions is like, people have Minions fever right now. Minions is like taking over the nation. There's kids dressing up in tuxedos, seeing this movie with bananas and stuff. I don't understand it. I really don't. But also Thor did clean up at the box office. It's the highest grossing Thor movie opening weekend. Killed Ragnarok, which was expected. It was expected to make some really good money. We'll see if it has legs. Marvel has not had legs lately. Even Spider-Man No Way Home, it did great, but there's been massive drop-offs. Same thing with Doctor Strange, huge drop-offs. So we'll see what happens.
We've talked about it. I think we're getting to a point of superhero fatigue finally, and I think Marvel is just, with their shows and the movies, it's getting to be way too much to keep track of all these storylines that are interconnected. And I know what Marvel is trying to do, but sometimes it could be too much. And I think we're at that point.
No, it's true. And I, as much as I love the MCU, I'm excited for everything new. I can't wait for X-Men, Fantastic Four, all those things. I do think there's a lot of overlapping. And Miss Marvel isn't a bad show. Moon Knight wasn't a bad show, but it gets to a point where it's just like, Jesus, it's like a chore a little bit. You have to watch this to watch this, and you got to watch this to watch the next thing. So I missed the point where MCU was just self-contained stories, and they interconnected in some way, but for the most part, they were standalone stories, like the first phase of the MCU. So hopefully we could get back to that, but that was the box office. You got anything else to add to that, Gabe?
Nope.
What
Nothing.
about you, Victoria? Anything there stood out to you?
I gotta think Top Gun Maverick's gonna set some records also for how long it's spent in the top 5. Every week since
it's been in the top 5 for a very long time. It's gone to number 1, back to number 1, down to 3, back to 1. So
yeah,
Tom Cruise knew it. He's a crazy motherfucker, but like he knew the whole time that they struck gold. He told theater owners, "We have a movie that's going to keep theaters."
So I think that Tom Cruise had to be, basically persuaded to do this movie. He didn't really want to.
He did, yeah.
The director had to go out and talk to him, which is crazy because another bit of news that we heard about this week, just a Top Gun, is Mickey Rourke saying that Tom Cruise was
crazy.
Irrelevant. He said Mickey Rourke said that Tom Cruise was irrelevant. I'm like, what's Mickey Rourke done since like the late 80s? Besides being Whiplash for like
he was Whiplash.
A moment.
Well, he was the guy in the 80s. He was like Mr. Suave, ladies' man. Everybody wanted to be Mickey Rourke.
Right, 9.5 weeks.
Now he starts chopping off pieces of his face, and nobody wants to be Ricky Rourke. But then he does The Wrestler. He does Sin City, and then he does the Whiplash character in Iron Man 2. And then he just does direct-to-DVD movies after that. Like, nothing really happened after his comeback. He had a 2-movie comeback, and that was it. So I did see that video. We should pull up a clip of that because that was he was on something. I don't know what he's starting to look like an animated character, deep fake, something like that. But anyway, let's break down what's going on next. And real quick, I want to say hi to the chat. Thank everybody who's been watching lately, keeping up with the show. Thank you guys, the folks over at Good Real Hunting. We were just over there for some trivia. How's it going, Brian, Flett, Good Real, Connor, everybody in here. Thank you for watching, guys. So, Victoria, what's the first topic on our news list?
I believe it's Scream 6. So, Samara Weaving and Tony Revolori joined the cast. This was just released today, actually. Obviously, the film was already deep into production, and yet the entire cast has not been revealed. Bloody Disgusting can exclusively report that horror maven Samara Weaving, who's obviously from Ready or Not, Mayhem, The Babysitter, Ash vs. Evil Dead, has joined the cast of Scream 6 alongside Spider-Man Homecoming and No Way Home's Tony Revolori. And there they are.
Gabe, I'll let you go first on this. What do you think of Scream 6? What do we think?
I think they're trying too much. We've talked about this earlier in the day. I think that's too many, cast of characters. I mean, you're going to have, potentially, right, the surviving members of, Scream 5. You're going to have the legacy characters, Gail Weathers, Nev Campbell, what have you. And you're going to bring back Kirby. And now you're bringing in Samara Weaving and Tony. It's too many characters for me. It's going to be I don't know what they're trying to do with this. Like, why can't they just condense it down to like a couple of core characters, like for the most part?
People had that same thought when the Scream 4 cast came out, and then they killed off half the cast in the first 5 minutes through like stab sequels, which I think is going to happen. I think Samara was up for the role of Sam way back when they were making the first one, and she couldn't do it because she was off shooting. She was about to be off shooting Babylon, which we haven't heard anything about, but should be a big 1930s spectacle of a movie with Margot Robbie, I think Ryan Gosling. I'm not sure who else is in that.
Put them in one movie together?
They're in one movie together finally. Yeah, doppelgangers.
They're twins.
I think she could be an opening kill, and I think she might also be in the stab movies playing the fictional Sam. So they whitewash it for the movies, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what's going to happen with Samara. I mean, it's cool that she's joined because she's worked with the Ready or Not folks on Radio Silence folks on Ready or Not. What the hell am I talking about? She worked with them on Ready or Not. So I think it's cool that she's been added to it. Tony was great in the Spider-Man movies. So
He's no
I'm
Flash Thompson, though.
he's Flash Thompson. Come on,
He's no Flash
was,
Thompson.
he was a little bit more of a Weasley Flash Thompson, but
He's no Flash Thompson.
he had the blonde hair in the last movie, so there was that. But I don't know. I mean, we've heard so much about Scream 6 at this point. I'm just ready to see the movie. Like, I don't have much of a reaction. If I would have heard this maybe 5 weeks ago, I would have been excited. But at this point, I'm kind of tired of hearing about Scream 6. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The only thing I want to hear about Scream 6 is that they're bringing back Matthew Lillard.
Stop that nonsense. I'm changing this. What's the next topic, Victoria? I'm not gonna even acknowledge
what
that.
You pull up.
God damn it.
This is a massive one. Halloween Ends trailer finally dropping next Wednesday. This is obviously coming after test screening reports that they've played 2 different copies, things like that. So they said, you know what? Shut up. Here's the trailer. What do you guys think?
So I'll let Gabe go first again. I just want to bring up a couple comments here. So Brett goes, I hope Flash gets the opening kill. I think Gabe thinks that too, honestly. And then Connor is giving us a bit of hat respect tonight. You guys are, thank you, Connor. Yeah, thank you. And then Brett says he can never get tired of Scream 6 talk. I'm still excited for Scream 6, but I've heard so much about the movie. I'm just ready for it, man. Okay, Gabe, what do you think of this? What do you think of it? You're not the big Halloween fan. You like the movies just fine. So what do you think next week? What are we expecting?
I expect the internet to go crazy and talk about, oh my God, Halloween looks so stupid. They gave me so much in the trailer. Oh my God, the kills. Oh my God, they're spoiling the movie for me. Listen, a bunch of crybaby Halloween fans are just losing their shit now because this trailer is going to come out, and then the trailer comes out, and then they're going to cry about it for like the next 4 or 5 months. Then, oh my God, I shouldn't have watched the trailer. Like, just enjoy it for what you guys have. As a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan, you guys had this, you have a freaking Michael Myers is now fresh and new for you guys. Enjoy it. Like, why are you hating on this movie? Like, you're getting a new trilogy. Yep. The final movie's coming out. Enjoy your refresh of Michael Myers. Like, the movies aren't bad. As much as there's so much talk about how Halloween, kills is terrible. I enjoy it. I enjoy the Halloween from 2018. Yeah. I'm just your random Halloween, fan, not like a big stan on the guy. So I enjoy it. Why can't just people enjoy it for what they are, which is like awesome, just, slasher films. Yep. Now the internet's going to lose their shit next Wednesday and talk about just how bad the trailer is and how bad it is. And then you're going to see people say, I'm not going to watch this. And Halloween's going to end up #1 at the box office anyways.
Still, because general audiences don't give a shit. They're going to go see it.
They just want to see it.
They asked my cousin, my sister, my mom, there's a new Michael Myers movie, and they're excited because it's a new, this is something that brings nostalgia, and people show up. They showed up for Halloween Kills. They showed up for Halloween, and you make a great point. I agree with everything that you said. So the trailer's only a minute and 20 seconds or something like that. It's going to be the same trailer, I think, that they showed at CinemaCon, which is next to nothing. There's no footage. It's like one new scene. If that's the trailer, then I believe that's the one that they're showing. If Halloween fans are going to be pissed, I think they're going to be pissed at all the things that I'm hearing about this movie, which I'm not saying it's bad things, but there are things that are going to piss people off to the extent that you're talking about, where they're trying new things and things that we haven't seen before.
Good.
And I think it's cool. It's the things that I've been hearing about it have been cool, but I think it's going to piss a lot of people off that are obsessed with these movies.
For the most part, from what I've read, and I'm not talking about like you guys or stuff like that, right? But everything that I know from Halloween fans is that they want, for some reason, the 1978 Halloween like redone every single Halloween movie. It's like they're afraid. They're afraid of anybody trying something new. Rob Zombie tried something new, and they hated it. Rob Zombie tried something new again for the second one, and they hated it. They tried something for Halloween 3. They tried something new. People hated it. It's like, what do they want? Like 1978 done every single time? Like, no, come on. It's done.
Yeah. I noticed that too. I'm going to jump in here just because I obviously love Halloween. Coming back to that, it's like one of the biggest complaints I hear, especially about Rob Zombie or anything that's different, is that the second part of the first one from 2007 is too much like the original. But then once they get to the other ones, it's too different. So yeah, what do you want?
You
want
can
it to
never
be
please
exactly
anybody.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly the thing that like Scream 5 calls out. So I don't
So
know.
there
Exactly.
So they what was it? They released like maybe a toy that's coming out of the new movie, or maybe a still.
Yeah.
I think I saw that sort of looked like Rob Zombie's Michael Myers when he's wearing the hoodie, and people were losing their shit. Well, like, oh my god, I can't believe that they're gonna bring back Rob Zombie's Michael Myers look.
Yeah,
for this
the Hobo Michael thing. Nobody
Right.
even knows if it's true. It was just
it's true or
it was
not.
like a little
It's a
statue
toy.
thing.
But
Nobody
at
knows.
least for me, I thought Hobo Michael Myers was terrifying.
Yeah.
But that's just me, you know.
Yeah, no, I think the trailer, I mean, it's going to do its job. It's going to get people hyped about the movie. You can trust me when I say they're definitely going to hide the controversial stuff for the actual film. So, the internet...
I hope they show it.
The horror section of the internet is definitely going to lose its mind. And then the general audience is just going to be happy there's a new Halloween movie coming out in the October season. And I think I'm going to fall more in line with that. I'm just happy there's a new film. I'm curious to see how they end this trilogy. I've liked the first 2 movies, so I'm down for it. Whatever.
I trust
I'm
this
cool.
Michael Myers. That even if he looked like that hobo style, I feel like because of how James Ducournau portrays him, it'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like this Michael.
And I don't think the hobo thing's a thing. I think it turned out to be just
like
some
fan-made
it was like a
toy.
fan-made toy or something like that. And somebody got duped.
I hope
Brand-
we got Hobo Michael Myers.
Bring back Hobo Michael, but Hober. Okay, Victoria, I'm going to pass it off to you because we have a couple things to run down, trailer-wise, posters. So let's jump into this.
All right. The Orphans first kill and trailer dropped, which is actually coming out next month, August 19th on Paramount Plus. What do you guys think of this? Well, especially what she looks like now, because she is obviously quite a few years older than in the first Orphan.
Right. She is, and she's a great actress too. There was a movie that she just did like a year back. I just saw her, and it was about power rowing. It was a sports film. It was awesome. It was cool. She was great in the first Orphan, and I thought the first Orphan was a really solid mid-2000s thriller. I thought the cast was great. Warner Brothers was on their game when they were like making thrillers like that. It was a good mixture of horror. And again, the cast was good. It was really dark and gruesome too, that movie. I think this is kind of too little too late. The trailer didn't really do anything for me. I like Julia Stiles. I'm happy that she's doing stuff. We should have had this trailer a long time ago. But now I know why. It's going straight to Paramount, which Paramount was not involved in that first movie. I think they should have done a little bit of CGI. I know some people might disagree with me, but I don't buy that this is a prequel. She definitely does look older in the face, but the movie doesn't look, and this is supposed to be a prequel.
Right.
The movie doesn't look terrible. I'm going to see it. It looks like it'll be at the very least a fun little thriller, and that's what the first one was. So I think the cast looks solid. I'm not sure if I'm totally on board with it, but what do you think, Gabe?
I think it looks solid. I think it's going to be probably better than some of the Shudder originals that I've seen lately. You know, but like you said, Julia Stiles and anything, man, you know, she could save me The Last Dance if she wanted to. But you know, she's great though. Like, you know, from when she was doing the all the stuff that Julia Stiles been in, you can tell she gives her all in the performances. So I'm not even scared to say like Julia Stiles is going to bring her A game in this. So I'm just more not even concerned, but I'm just interested to see how they're going to do the de-aging.
Yeah. There was no CGI. It was all makeup.
With no CGI, with just makeup and stuff like that. Maybe hiding her face or whatever the case may be a little bit. Like, you know, little tricks and things like that. So I'm definitely interested in that. Like you said, I'm a fan of CGI. A little CGI in certain parts really would work well. So I just want to see how she all looks, how it all comes together. But I love the first Orphan. I think it was a great movie.
I agree with you. I thought that was a really solid one. What do you think of the trailer?
I'll be honest, I didn't see it.
All right, there we go.
I saw bits and pieces of it, and she did look not young.
So what do we got next, Victoria?
I have to watch it.
Sorry. God
watch it right now.
I'm the host. I forget to watch. I'm not used to doing horror.
Well, I think we got a little bit of Sylvester Stallone news.
I'm sure it'll be great. Yes. New poster for Samaritan, and there is also more new photos. We can always link those in the bio below. Another one coming out in August 26th. Sylvester Stallone, obviously, amazing actor. What do you guys think? New photos. He's playing a superhero, I believe.
Yeah, he's playing a retired superhero. This is an R-rated superhero movie. This was supposed to come out in theaters, but pandemic kind of got screwy with things. The trailer aired like a year ago. People saw the trailer I believe like a year and a half ago. This is from the director of Overlord, which I think is an amazing movie. I thought Overlord was such a fun time, a great World War II zombie movie. So I'm totally down for the director. I guess I just need to see a trailer at this point because I'm down for Sylvester Stallone playing this retired, down and out superhero protecting this kid. I can't wait to see what they're cooking up over there. I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty fun movie.
Absolutely. I mean, Sylvester Stallone as a retired superhero is always going to be fun. I mean, I love to see these aging 80s action, heroes. And sometimes it's unbelievable to see them back as Rambo or as, the Terminator because of their age. But when you're talking about he's playing like a retired one, like a retired superhero, I could get behind that. I just don't want to see Sylvester Stallone in like Rambo Part 24 anymore.
Yeah, the last one you could tell he was getting a little up there.
I liked it though.
But the whole Home Alone stuff worked. Cody dropped by in the chat. What's up, Cody Leach? A big fan. I wish they would release this one in theaters. Stallone superhero movie doesn't feel like a movie I should be watching at home for the first time.
That's true.
Yeah,
correct. I think the box office could support it.
I think this is solely pandemic related. Because Overlord, again, was a great film critically, not financially. It's definitely a movie that got overshadowed by a lot of other releases coming out around that time. Certainly didn't help that Halloween was still in theaters. This came out, I think, a week or two later. But I've heard good things on people in the know about Samaritan, and it does have a budget to back it up because it was meant to go to theaters. It is going to be weird seeing a Sylvester Stallone movie that's not Escape Plan 5. Be straight to streaming, but I think Amazon Prime is a great place for it. I think Amazon is really good about their rollouts, unlike Netflix that totally just botches their releases. Whenever there's a new release, I feel like I have to go search it. It's not on the homepage. They bury their movies, but Amazon I think is going to promote this well. It is weird that they're promoting it a month before release, but hey, I've been excited for this. I've heard really good things, so I'm pumped for it.
We need to give him the Tom Cruise treatment.
We should give Sly the Tom Cruise treatment.
Oh, for sure.
Support the shit out of it.
You know what? Let's have a marathon. We'll watch Oscar, Stop Where My Mom Will Shoot, and Rhinestone. I feel like people would love that. Why not?
Live watch.
All right, Victoria, what do we got next?
Top Gun Maverick has beat the record in Paramount history for highest domestic grossing film. And obviously it shut down Titanic. Which is not the first time the Titanic has sunk, obviously, and now it's doing it again.
Oh, zingers!
Yes.
Titanic.
We just got done talking about this, and me and Gabe have been fans of the movie. We like Tom Cruise. We had a whole episode about Tom Cruise. We talked about Collateral, a bunch of other things. This movie is just, it's crazy watching the success of this. Even kids on TikTok are trying to look like Miles Teller and doing the whole rooster thing with their mustaches and stuff. This movie has become a bit of a phenomenon. People love this fucking movie. Gabe, you should do the mustache.
Yeah.
You should do the mustache.
No. If you ever want to see that guy from that TV show, that Dateline report, so do you know how old she was? That's how I look. I'm the guy that guy comes in with just a mustache.
I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah, you're the guy Chris Hansen offers you cookies or something. Take a seat, Gabe.
Right. When I do just a mustache, you'll be like, Gabe, come take a seat. Here's some cherry Pepsi. Here's some cherry Pepsi. We have to talk.
What do you think? What do you think of it breaking records? We touched on it a little bit at the beginning.
Oh, I love it. I mean, Tom Cruise is amazing, and I think, let's be all honest, though, the only reason people are seeing Top Gun is for Miles Teller's mustache and his abs.
He got ripped. He really did get ripped. So good for him.
He did. It's just a hodgepodge, right? People have claimed, right? I want a movie with diversity, or or people say, oh, why is there a message in movies or whatever? This movie had everything for everybody. If you wanted diversity, you had, an African American character, you had a white character, you had Mexican characters. Also, there was no hidden agenda for people that hate movies with agenda.
People that like complain about hidden agendas. This is just a movie that's like very America forward.
Very America forward, very kick-ass. And then it came out over Memorial Day weekend, which was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's just like a hodgepodge of like great
Think
stuff.
about how brilliant that is, that they put it on Memorial weekend, and then people kept coming back weekends after. And then they had Father's Day weekend and July 4th weekend. It was like whoever decided to put it on that release date is a genius. And I know Tom knew the whole time that this movie was going to be a hit. And everybody in the know, big directors saw this movie years, like 2 years before it came out. Everybody was talking about this movie is going to be big when it's coming. And it came out, and it blew my socks off. I told you how amazing it was, and you saw it early too.
I really liked it.
You really liked it.
Seen the first one all the way through.
Wait, you didn't see the first one?
I saw bits and pieces.
She saw bits and pieces. It wasn't for her. The first one's really.
Tom Cruise is in it.
The first one's a soap opera, but yeah,
but that like shows to it though that you don't need to have seen the first one to understand fully.
And still get the emotion of it. Yeah,
I still gave it like a 5, I think.
Yeah, that movie, it works, man. And it's everything that you said. It was a hodgepodge of things that it was the right timing. And I do think there's a little bit of fatigue with some moviegoers. A lot of the older crowd wasn't going to movies. Now they're going to movies. Yeah. Tom Cruise brought them back. Like they wanted something like that. And the movie gave them that. Right. So I feel like every week we've been talking about Top Gun or Scream, but like Top Gun's been at the top of the box office.
That's true. Because my dad's office, they rented out like one theater room to watch Top Gun.
It's
obviously it's
the ultimate dad movie. It's you show it to anybody.
Dad reunion.
Dad reunions. We got Connor here. He loved that line about Titanic. Connor loved that line.
I thought that on the spot.
Cody, it says Top Gun is one of the few must-see movies and must-see in theater experiences. Studios don't seem to be giving us those very often anymore. Tom's trying to keep them alive. And you're right. He is trying to keep them alive. The dude's breaking bones, making Mission Impossible movies.
We've talked about it, right? Is that I think that and we just said it earlier in the show, there's superhero fatigue going on. And I think these movies I think the audience, and I know you and we're all ready for us to see these movies reach like top grossing, but it not be a Marvel movie. It not be DC. Right, you have Top Gun.
I love those movies, dude. I grew up reading so many comic books that like it's a dream come true, but it's also like this curse now, where I'm like, all right, I'm ready to see other things. And
let's give other things an option. Yeah, even Elvis, Minions.
Elvis is big right now. Elvis is big, and America's got Minions fever. I don't know what the hell is up with that. I seriously don't understand. I do understand.
And you still have the dinosaurs. Like, I mean, as much as Jurassic World has been like really like harped upon how bad it was.
It made bank, man.
Still making bank, and it's making bank domestically. People are still watching Jurassic Park, no matter how badly people talk about it.
No, I agree, and it's not a great movie, but watching that in theaters, it did get a reaction out of audiences, and people still like it.
I like seeing dinosaurs. I really like movies like that in the end, like Godzilla, King Kong, big dinosaurs. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Give me a live action Land Before Time. That's what I want.
Oh my God.
Would be great. The chat's agreeing. Exactly, Connor. Same thing what he's saying. Brett's agreeing with him on Tom bringing back the must-see movies. So no, man, like I'm really happy for this one because I was so pumped and excited. This was a movie that I grew up with watching. Like it was like the movie in the house.
Top Gun?
Top Gun was the movie. And I didn't know till later that it had such a mixed reception and people thought it was gay. I'm like, Top Gun's not gay. There's no way it's gay. But then I go back as an adult. I'm like,
but even if it was,
it is pretty homoerotic, but who cares? All right.
Oh, come on. Who cares? Look, Val Kilmer, man, and that volleyball scene.
Why is he so passive aggressive like towards Mav? Who knows? Okay, let's get on to the main attraction because I think a lot of people want to see us talk about this, and I already know what Kay is going to say. So, like, you know what, Victoria, I'm going to pass it to you.
The Munsters. I'm going to let you take it from here. There's nothing I have to say. That's beat this discussion.
You know what? Honestly, I'm going to start this off because I don't care what he has to say because I know he's going to just start shit and like find a way to find the good in this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start this off. All right, I give Rob Zombie the benefit of the doubt. I think everybody in the chat is going to go, all right, Tony doesn't like Rob Zombie. I do like Rob Zombie. I think Devil's Rejects is great. I thought Lords of Salem was really good. I think he's got 2 great movies in his filmography. I think the other ones are fine. But I was very excited for the Munsters.
I like Rob Zombie. I only like 2 movies though. I like Rob Zombie.
I like him I like his music. Okay, so we were excited for this, right? We kept talking about it. It sounded cool. I love the casting. I thought it worked. His wife is Lily. Cool, awesome. Grandpa looks great. I thought that black and white teaser was really well done and effective. This is one of the worst trailers I've ever seen. And this is one of the worst trailers ever put out by a studio. And I'm still fucking baffled what this movie is. Is it going to streaming? Is it going straight to DVD? Is it meant for Redbox? I know it's meant for Peacock, but what the fuck is this movie? What is it? Because it's $40 million, which I did not know until the other day that this movie cost $40 million. Bad Times at the El Royale costs $40 million. Fucking Black Phone costs like 20. You could make 3 Halloween movies out of $40 million. Where did he put the money? Is it hiding out in Budapest in some person's sweatshop or something? I don't understand. The movie, I'm sure will be fine. I'm sure it'll be passable and it'll have its fans. I was very excited for this. I was very excited to see him delve into a comedy and do something family friendly, like Eli Roth did with a house with a clock in its walls. I almost said cock in its walls. That's not the same movie, but
that's the porn.
That's the porn parody. But I was
about
very
homoerotic over here.
I know. I was excited to see Rob do something different and cool. I think he still can, but this trailer is so poorly edited. The sound is horrendous. It looks like a Fright Fest commercial from the 1990s. They should have just kept it in black and white. I have nothing else to say because I feel like the internet's just dunking on this trailer. But man, I sat there in bed excited because I was like, the trailer just came out. I'm excited to see this. And I woke up to him watching. I woke up and I watched it and I just sat there and my jaw dropped. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch right now? And I was completely baffled. And the first thing I did was send it to you guys. And I woke her up and I said, you got to see this because I watched it twice and I said, was it that bad? And I couldn't wait to hear what you said. So I'm going to let you talk about it because I'm sure you'll find some way to defend this.
You know I will. Listen. My tagline, Rob Zombie's a genius, is because he truly is a genius, all right? Especially what he has the whole internet talking about this, right? So he's bringing all eyes on this. Only people that knew about the Munsters were Rob Zombie fans and horror fans. Like, oh yeah, now I'm seeing articles written by like CNN and like Time Magazine or whatever.
Right. They're talking about the Munsters.
Yeah. Right. People that usually don't talk about horror are talking about horror and this trailer. Now, you say, where did the $40 million get spent on? Well, he built a whole freaking town in Budapest.
Dude, don't give me that.
But that's what it is.
You did not put $40 million. So you're telling me he put $40 million into building one fucking street?
Yeah, you know how expensive Europe is. You got to convert those dollars to euros. Come on now. Come on now.
What were the positives about this trailer? Because right now we're talking about the budget. What did you find?
It is Rob Zombie's first love story. This is what this is. This is a love story. This is what's going to be. It's a prequel to everything. It's how Harry met Sally. Basically, it is a love story. It's going to be Rob Zombie's greatest story ever told. The greatest love story ever told. This is what this is going to be. But yeah,
you're struggling to find anything positive. I know you are.
I have sinuses.
You had your chance to talk. Let Gabe go.
All right, go ahead, Gabe. Go ahead.
No, look, listen. There are some things that's wrong with the trailer. I will agree with you. But at the end, the trailer wasn't bad. You saw what you're gonna get. You're gonna get campiness. You're gonna get cheesiness. That's what the Munsters were about. Like I said, I've repeatedly said this. I've never watched the Munsters because it's black and white. I don't fucks with black and white. But am I gonna
black and white?
I don't.
It's a good comment.
Am I gonna see this because it's Rob Zombie and it's colored and it's vibrant? Yes, I will. Also, the people that grew up on the Munsters, they don't understand Rob Zombie's vision. So they're going to automatically, they're going to be hating on this. And the people that don't like Rob Zombie are automatically going to hate on this like you did.
Gabe,
Now,
the whole fucking internet has seen this trailer. It hasn't just been horror people. It's people fucking baffled that people know. Okay, $40 million. $40 million, man.
Why are you harping on the budget
because
for it?
I'm so fucking baffled. Where did the fucking money go? Where did the money go? This
You
looks
got
like
to
a
convert
McDonald's
those to
commercial.
your
You haven't even
rules.
seen the movie
This
yet.
looks like a Party
You
City
haven't seen the
ad.
movie yet. You don't know.
And I'm sure the movie will be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine on streaming.
It's going to be fine.
It'll be just a fine backdoor pilot to a Rob Zombie Munsters TV show. Fine. Cool. But where the fuck did that money go? He laundered it. He laundered that money. He laundered it, man.
Definitely not.
All right. What's the chat saying? Because there's some people agreeing with you about this.
Can I just say I hope it's like, I don't know. I kind of like that's a little bit campy. I think
the show is
he
campy.
Was like, but you were like showing me the trailer. Like it's bad, right?
I showed it on the TV. I did not hold it up to you. I said this is bad. Okay.
It's not bad.
Look, you got a fan, John, and thank you for joining the show. I also agree Rob Zombie is a genius. So there you go, Gabe. Somebody agrees that Rob Zombie is a genius.
Everybody agrees. Everybody
agrees. Cody, some of the trailer dialogue really sounded like they recorded it with some Skull Candy earbuds. Yeah. You can hear the breath on the P's and the T's. No, it's true.
Okay, what I was saying to you earlier is that some of it sounds like a fan film trailer. And that's not saying fan films are bad, but they just don't have the same equipment. This when Sherry Moon Zombie's talking, it sounds like a fan film.
No, Sherry Moon, I think, looks fine in it. I'm not big on Sherry Moon, but I liked her in Lords of Salem. I thought she was one of the highlights of the Halloween remake, the first one. And I think she's going to make a fine Lily. I think the cast, honestly, my issue isn't with the cast. It's really the editing of the trailer. That I think Universal dropped the ball.
I think that's what it is. It's just a trailer. Like
it's a really baffling trailer.
We're really harping on the trailer when we just harped about the Halloween trailer as well.
Yep,
it's just a trailer at this point.
We're part of the problem. That's what we're part of the problem. We're part of the people tearing the internet apart. It's either the best or worst thing. Rob Zombie, the actor who played. Wait, what? Oh, positive. Rob Zombie is Rob Zombie, the actor who plays Grandpa. Daniel Brubaker, who's playing Grandpa, looks great. He looks really good.
Listen, I will say this. I will go back on a couple of things. I do like some black and white. Clerks is a great black and white movie.
Oh, I love Clerks, man. Clerks 3. We're excited for that. Okay, Connor saying there's so much of the use of that budget that we haven't seen. Universal should be blamed for the advertising. I do agree with you because Universal was like afraid to share this trailer. They took 4 hours to share it on their main page.
Here's my problem, right? And I may be wrong on how I remember this, but I remember when Rob Zombie first did House of a Thousand Corpses, and I believe it was being backed by Universal at the time. Yep. And then Universal saw the rough cut of it and was like, oh my God, we can't release this. This is too graphic. This is too whatever. Yep. And they sold it off to, I forget, whichever.
Wait for a second. I thought you said the rough cut of Munsters was too graphic.
No.
I was like, what?
No.
So House of Thousand Corpses.
So now Universal, for some reason, knowing how Rob Zombie is as a director, right? Because even put it in the Munsters, the director of House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, comes the Munsters. Why did Universal, first of all, after they know how Rob Zombie is, they will go up to him and be like, hey, do you want to direct the Munsters? Like, I know you love them and it's your passion. Do you want to direct them?
The Munsters. Yeah.
He does. Which, again, I think he's going to do a phenomenal job. We just saw a bad trailer. But I think you got to blame Universal for this because they're not backing Zombie up. They didn't back him with a House of a Thousand Corpses, and now they're not backing it with the Munsters. Like, okay, like Universal's right. Stop working. If you don't like the guy, then why you keep on trying to work with him? I think at the end of the day, we're gonna get some huge news about Rob Zombie and the use of his characters from House of a Thousand Corpses because he has repeatedly said that the reason why he can't do some of the House of the Thousand Corpses stuff anymore was because he didn't have access to those. Right. So maybe by working with
one for you, one for me type thing.
Right. It's gonna be like, all right, I'll do Munsters for you, but you let me go back to like Dr. Satan and all this other stuff with House of a Thousand Corpses.
I will say, to be fair, there's a lot of callbacks to the show in the trailer, especially with the wardrobe with Herman. At the end of the day, this is a terrible trailer. This is a bad trailer. The Rob Zombie aside, whoever put this trailer together should be fired. They should be let go. Universal definitely dropped the ball. And again, they did not even share the trailer until way after it already blew up on the internet. But I definitely am still going to see the movie. I want to see if they drop another trailer because everybody is dunking on it. And to be fair, this movie has been finished for a year. They shot it last year. It's been rated for a year. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
You should ask what the porn bots think.
What porn bots? What do you guys think of the movie? Naked HD. The Munsters will be his best work since his remake of Halloween 2007. I still think that. We'll see if that stands to be true after this trailer.
Lords of Salem came out.
Lords of Salem. I dug. Like you guys all told me it was good, and I was late to the party on that.
I showed it to you.
I dug it. I really did. I was with it. Aside from it being in color, this looks like a movie that Zombie crowdfunded and made all on his own for fun. I was shocked to find out that he got the biggest budget of his career. Somebody's got to find out. Did he really get $40 million? That's the only thing that I'm losing my mind about, because there's an article from 2 years ago when this got announced from Bloody Disgusting, and they claim that he got between 30 to 40 million. I've heard 10 million, but even 10 million's a lot for this.
Hashtag show me the money.
Show me the money. Somebody start that hashtag. Rob Zombie, where'd you fucking hide that money, motherfucker? The trailer was so bad, I had to rethink my entire life.
He sat there like...
3 from Hell, no contest shouldn't even be made, as Devil's Rejects had the perfect ending. Brad, I agree with you. I don't think that movie's like beyond terrible. It has some entertaining moments, but man, should not have even touched Devil's Rejects.
Since we're talking about Rob Zombie, 3 from Hell, happy birthday, Sid Haig.
Today's
his birthday.
I just watched Jackie Brown the other day. He played the judge in that. So Sid Haig was one of the best character actors, man.
He was great.
All right. Well, Victoria, what's the next
topic?
Sure
you're ready to move on?
We got a lot to run through still.
Are you ready to move on?
I think we're ready.
He's gonna bring it
I'm sorry. We got to give Rob Zombie a rest now.
Million?
Like, we're dunking on
40 million. 40 million to Rob Zombie.
Where's the money at?
Who's we? Speak for yourself.
Me. I'm sorry. I just want to know where he hit the fucking money. That's it.
You already know. We already talked about this. You know,
he gave Budapest.
He gave, you know, obviously he got money directing, right? And then he got money for to cast Sherry Moon Zombie, so that money goes back to him. You know, so it's all within.
So next Tom Cruise movie, he's gonna look for the money in Budapest.
Can you imagine a Tom Cruise Rob Zombie collab?
That would be a sequel to The Mummy from 2017.
I'd watch that.
Okay. Yes,
I bet you would be first in line. If you were a Rotten Tomatoes critic, it would be like 1%. It would be 100 negative reviews, and Gabe's glowing 5-star review as the one red tomato.
Rotten Tomatoes, give me a job as one of your critics.
Yeah, sponsor us, guys. Okay, what do we got?
Oh boy, bodies. This is another trailer. I believe there was one before, but this is a newer one. Shows games, weed, and murder, and then it's a deadly combination. 3 of my favorite things.
Pete Davidson?
Who said that? Oh. Games, weed, and murder.
That's one of Gabe's favorite things.
Oh. Gabe's worst enemy.
What do you think of this trailer, man?
I love it. You know what? I like Pete Davidson a lot, and it's A24, and Pete Davidson. I think Pete Davidson is funny. Like, never mind the whole Kanye West drama.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. Pete Davidson on his own, I think, is funny. He's he gives, he's funny looking, and he's funny.
He's funny looking.
He is.
I like him.
You know, people get mad at him, but he's pulling a lot of girls on a lot of people's hit list. Like, a lot of the, I wish I could sleep with this person, and he's sleeping with all of them. So hats off to him, man.
And he's taking them to his mom's basement. Like, hey, you want to check out my mom's basement?
Yeah, I live in my fucking mom's house. Yeah. He's like super rich and he still lives with his mom. I mean, hats off to him.
But this A24 film just looks a lot of fun. Yeah, it just looks like fun with murder. It has your murder mystery that you love so much.
Right.
And we're talking about
Bodies. Oh, it's a musical. It's a musical film, man. So I think this looks rather pretty good. I like whodunits. Pete Davidson, sorry, the King of Staten Island, I thought was so underrated. I thought a lot of people really put the head out on that one. A lot of people just didn't like him, so they want to give it a chance. It is a little long.
His small role in Suicide Squad was phenomenal.
He's great. He was so funny in that. But King of Staten Island just showed me that he's super funny, but he's got the chops to do some dramatic material too. Everybody in that movie was great. I think he's in this movie. It's probably just some small role. He's playing the boyfriend, but the girls in that, one of them is from Shiva Baby, which is a great film you can watch on HBO right now, and it's like the uncut gems of Jewish like funerals. So if that interests you, check that out. It's a really funny movie. But all the girls in this look fun. I've heard great things. It's got good reviews. So A24 can't go wrong, man. When they do things like this, I'm all in. So
I you know me, right? As soon as somebody says A24, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, it's gonna be a unique experience. You're either gonna been like, this was fucking stupid, or it's like the greatest thing.
You know what this reminds me of? Is it reminds me of a earlier A24 movie called The Bling Ring.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a good one, man.
Right, right. Like there's like all these girls and guys are all partying and stuff like that. But now with this one, you're adding murder to it.
Yeah,
I
like that movie. A24. I mean, this also has like that Spring Breakers vibe too with the colors
right
and stuff.
Yeah,
that's another one I dig.
Farewell.
Gabe just died. I'm cool with it. I dug this one a lot, man. I dug it.
It just felt so suddenly.
I know. Just like what the fuck.
There was no warning.
What did you think of this trailer? Did you check this trailer out? You didn't check this trailer out. What do we got next, Victoria?
Listen, I'm so used to being the host and not giving my opinion that
we had all horror things this week. You should be happy.
Anyways,
what do we got?
I'm gonna watch it after this. And before you ask me, I didn't see this trailer either. But it's Day Shift with Jamie Foxx
but you sent us this trailer.
Me?
I think I sent it.
Oh,
one of us
didn't see it.
I'm just messing.
This is also, I believe, what we talked about. Cameron Diaz's return, right? Is in this movie?
No. That's a film next year. This is Day Shift.
Girl, I'd be stupid. Action comedy. I believe it's about vampires. Like I said, Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg. He looks really cool in this movie.
He does look cool. I like that cowboy hat he's got.
And in the thumbnail is a picture of one of the vampires. So after that, you can go back and look.
Vampire movies. We've been wanting vampire movies. We got one. Gabe, what do you think of this trailer?
We got Twilight.
We got Twilight.
I love Twilight, guys. Come on. We don't want to start the Twilight discussion.
We do not want to get into Twilight. Gabe loves Twilight.
I do.
I love Twilight. Me and Gabe are going to do a video.
We should do you know what? We should do a collab video on Twilight. Just go into a full depth discussion about Twilight.
Just go into a full thing about Twilight?
Yes.
Like a breakdown. It'll be a 9-hour stream of all the
breakdown of all
what was it? The Skin of a Killer Body?
Skin of a Killer Body.
Bobby Pattinson hates those movies.
Bobby
Pattinson. We're cool.
Anyways,
he hates those movies.
Sorry.
Anyway, you know what? It's awesome to see Snoop Dogg in a cowboy outfit, like country western. It's like just hilarious to me. Like Snoop Dogg's at like that age now that he's like could do whatever he wants, and it's just cool.
The idea of this movie is just funny within itself.
I saw a tweet about him that was like, when you finish the main objective and now you're doing side quests. This is like what he's doing.
This is him. Yeah, this is what he's doing, man.
Yeah, I mean he's cooking with what's her face on TV.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart. And he's wearing country western wear with Jamie Foxx. Yeah, I'm all in.
Fuck it. I think this trailer looked like a lot of fun. I saw Vampires in Brooklyn, which I don't know if anybody else saw. It was more geared towards younger kids. But I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was so cool. It was like the Lost Boys in New York. Not a lot of blood or anything, but just a really fun October film. And I think Netflix is really what they're good at is putting out these smaller genre films like Fear Street. And even this is so cool. I'm down for it. And Snoop Dogg and Jamie Foxx, it seems like they know they're on the inside of the joke of what this is supposed to be. Dave Franco. I like this concept and I love vampire movies. So I'm all for it, man.
No, so am I.
Cool.
We need more vampire movies.
I want to mention that we've been hitting some pretty high viewers this episode.
I was just thinking that.
It was up to like 21 or 22 or something. We have some first-time commenters, so I want to stop to talk about the comments section. Connor, the uncut gems of Jewish funerals. That's true.
Go back up to Byron's comment. I just think it's funny.
Would you rather have a Blue's Clues movie directed by Rob Zombie or Rob Zombie's Halloween 3? Rob Zombie's Halloween 3. Blue's
Oh
Clues, I
man,
don't know.
Byron, you've intrigued me with Blues Clues. Like, could
Oh,
you
well,
imagine
that dog
song?
would be dead.
The dog, yeah, would be
The
dead.
dog would be tortured.
The mail, it never fails. Like with like a hard rock like
I would have
concept.
the
Like,
actual guy who played Steve come back.
oh, that would be. I think I'd be down for a Blues Clues movie directed by Rob Zombie.
Terrence, real quick, says, just up, keep up with the great work. And thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
General PSA, we stream every Thursday.
Every Thursday,
7:05 PST, 10:05 EST.
All right. And then Vince says, A24
Yeah,
should
this
do
is
it.
true.
Why not? What do you think of we'll have Mike Myers be up to the last 4 years of kills? Cave Dweller. He's chilling, man. He's just chilling. Cody shared the stream, so hopefully you guys get some new views. Cody, thank you so much, man. That's so awesome of you. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate that a lot. Awesome. Yeah, no. So we'll keep moving forward.
What if they did those 4 years of Michael Myers real quick? What if they did something like the remake of Jason, where he's just chilling at the home eating mice or whatever.
He's like
setting
traps and stuff. Yeah, it's setting traps.
He's like it's Haddonfield, Illinois, right? Weed is legal in Illinois now, so he's out there growing.
Maybe he's like getting like incredibly high. That's probably what he's doing. I don't know. Who knows what that movie's going to be?
These people gave him for no reason.
Yeah, they're pissed off, but he's just chilling at this point.
Right.
Let's move on. We got some news I'm pretty bummed about. Yeah.
Salem's Lot. Obviously, the new Stephen King adaptation has been delayed to 2023. Do you know why?
From what I've been told, this is COVID and VFX related issues.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I did hear that.
Gabe, we just talked about this. We were excited about again a new vampire movie, Stephen King. This is pretty much a reimagining of. We had the little mini series on TV way back in the 70s, 79 or something like that. But this would have been so cool. This is the director of Annabelle Comes Home, which I really dig that movie. I think it's a lot of fun. I love Annabelle Comes Home.
Oh, Annabelle Comes Home.
No, Gary Doberman has directed this. It's set in the 1970s. And again, this is another movie from people on the know. I've heard great things about. I've heard really good things about, actually. So to hear that it's getting pushed back is a bummer. It would have worked in that slot in September because it killed in September. But in April, I think this will do pretty well. I'm excited to see what this is going to be, but it sucks that we're not getting it this year, I guess.
Right. Yeah, because we had
King adaptation.
Yeah, because we've talked about it in our earlier show when we're talking about movies we're excited, for 2022, and that was part of it. Like we just said for the previous movie, we're all excited for vampire movies. Anything vampire related, I'm all game for. It's one of my favorite supernatural, vampire. I prefer vampires to werewolves and mummies and all that stuff. Vampires are just
Blade's coming out next year.
Listen, dude. Okay. Do you remember years ago when we were talking about Blade actors, and I was like, dude, there's this guy, Mahershala Ali. He should be Blade. And y'all called me crazy.
Wow.
I didn't think he would do it. I didn't think he's one of the greatest actors right now. And he's so good.
Crazy when I was like, when I suggested Mahershala Ali as Blade. Because he has that look to Wesley Snipes.
And he wanted to do it. He was campaigning for the role, which is crazy. Like he was the one that called Kevin Feige and said, let me do Blade.
Right. But anyways, going back to Salem's Lot it just goes back to show you, and in my eyes, right, Stephen King's a great horror writer. Sometimes his movies don't translate, and I think maybe they just had, issues with something. I don't know. Like you said, they had
these are big stories.
Stephen King very complex.
Do that right.
Detailed.
Yeah.
He builds up the story, and it's very detailed and very full of adjectives and all that. So in order to adapt that to a movie form, you have to really be on point for it to really work. And it wasn't, I don't think one of those, besides Misery, I think the new It movie worked, Misery worked. But other stories sometimes are very hit or miss. Like Pet Sematary is one of them.
The Dark Tower was one that people fucking shit on. That was a movie that should have been good because they worked on it for 20 years. That was a movie that they were working on for so long, and it's a big book. It's thousands of pages, and it came out to be like 90 minutes, and I didn't even see it. I know a lot of people hate that one, but I think this is going to be good. I'm still excited. I hope that we get a trailer at least when Halloween ends. That would be a perfect time to release a trailer for that. So,
and not to get political, but when are we going to stop blaming everything on COVID? Oh, it's delayed. Oh, COVID. Oh, it's this. It's like what? I know COVID's ongoing.
This is real because this is an issue that Marvel production houses have been complaining about, is that studios are working them overtime to deliver VFX. And Marvel's been the big culprit. They've been working their guys overtime, and a lot of these guys aren't getting any sleep. They're being underpaid. They're behind. So a lot of people complaining Marvel movies have shitty CGI right now. Well, here you go. COVID really fucked these guys over.
You know what? That explains the Munsters trailer. COVID-related issue.
COVID related, sure.
The money went to COVID safety.
Right.
For PPE.
All right. Victoria, we have a little segment on the show that we do every so often.
Yes.
Called the Rumor Mill.
If rumors so happen to rear their heads. And this week there is one. Steven Spielberg was approached to direct Fantastic Four, but I believe he told me this is no longer true.
He was approached. Apparently, he turned it down. Apparently, it was like something that happened so quickly. There was a post that popped up on Twitter and was quickly deleted. And I think everybody was like, what the fuck? And when you hear nothing about it, Variety comes out, one of the Variety writers, and says, oh, it's true, but like the talks died down insanely quickly. I think Marvel was shot down the moment that they probably asked this. And I know Steven likes comic book movies. He loves Guardians of the Galaxy. But this was a long shot to get Steven Spielberg to make Fantastic Four. Would it be great? Yeah. He's the perfect guy to do Marvel's first family. The marriage of material would be amazing because Fantastic Four even feels like an Amblin property in terms of the fantastical and the things that happen in the family story. Was never going to happen. He was never going to sign on to this. He's got bigger things to do. He's going to do more musicals and the Bullet movie and producing the new Indiana Jones.
Fantastic Four would have been a musical.
But this is crazy because we put this part of the show notes, and right before the show started, Variety writes on Twitter, like, Steven Spielberg, those talks, they were quick, they died, nothing else to report. He was approached, that was it. Gabe, what do you think? What do you think of Steven Spielberg if he were to direct this? What do you think of them approaching a big name like that?
You told me no hot take, so I plead the fifth. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, it would have been interesting to see Steven Spielberg's take on it. You know, I know he's worked a lot, you know, with, you know, the work that he did with like E.T., right? And the dude from the Goonies, the one-eyed guy, I forget his name. Like, could you imagine the work that he would do with like The Thing? Or with, you know,
Corey Feldman? Is he the odd guy?
No, the one-eyed with Sloth.
Oh, yeah.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
Come on now.
It's Corey Feldman. He dresses like Michael Jackson.
So he has one
he's
eye.
on.
Like the work that he did with like Sloth and E.T., like he would do amazing work with The Thing, and that wouldn't be CGI. That would probably be all practical
or
makeup and all that stuff. Right. Something cool like that. But I think at this point you just got to look into something. I don't know. I feel like you should bring on a director that's new and fresh and really wants to go out there
and wants to make this movie, because I doubt he wants to make this.
Right, and wants to make this movie.
That kind of thing.
Okay, so Ivan Sanchez, welcome to the stream, Ivan. I recall Spielberg not being too fond with superhero movies, at least when it comes to how much of a comic book movies appear every few months. And that's true, he does, but I do know that he is fond of some Marvel properties, Guardians being the big one, from what I know. So, but that is a fair point. I doubt this is something that he wants to do, because then it becomes part of the problem that all these guys are talking about. A lot of his contemporaries do not like these movies. They do not want to see these movies happen. So why would he make it?
Well, it's like the old guard though. Like if you run down the list of the directors that hate these superhero movies, right? Yeah. It's James Cameron, it's Steven Spielberg, it's Martin Scorsese.
Which is weird, because the question when reporters ask him this, it's a gotcha. They're baiting them. It's not like barge into the fucking interview. Martin Scorsese's like, yeah, I hate those pictures. I hate those superhero films. They're not good. It's not like he's saying that. They're literally like baiting them into these, and then they're going, they're not really for me. And then they switch that and go, Martin Scorsese hates superhero movies. James Cameron hates superhero movies, which It's weird seeing James Cameron not being on board with these since he was attached to two of like the biggest ones. He was like all about making Spider-Man in the 90s and X-Men at some point as well. And even Alita. Alita's a superhero thing. Like it's a manga.
He produced it.
But he wrote it. He was supposed to direct that.
He was. Now, with James Cameron, what gets me about James Cameron, right, is him not liking superhero movies or whatever, is the Terminator is a superhero.
Yeah.
Avatar is a superhero.
And they fuck with their tails, too.
Ew.
There's no room to talk, man.
I'm scared.
I love that movie.
They're like intertangled tails.
Yeah, he thought that was like sexy. There's
I'm
at least
scared of avatars.
That's a 5-minute scene right there.
I haven't seen Avatar because they're scary.
So I think Spielberg would be great on paper. I mean, it's like the greatest director of all time. Of course, it would be great, but it's never going to happen.
You know what? Give me a fresh director that's doing some innovative work, and give me a good, Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, Chris Evans said that he wouldn't mind returning back as the Human Torch.
That would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. Those movies, they're very cheesy, but they're a product of their time. There's some charm to them a little bit. But I really like Michael Chiklis as the Thing. I thought he was great as Ben Grimm, and I thought the effects on him were rather pretty good too. But it's one of those things where they just can't seem to get Fantastic Four right. So it's exciting that Marvel finally
because it's Fox. It was Fox. Fox couldn't get anything right.
I want to bring up Vince's comment. I can see Spielberg making a Dr. Doom solo movie. It's not too far off, especially since they're hinting at a Secret Wars film. Secret Wars is 100% happening. I won't be surprised if the Russos are doing Secret Wars.
No, there was a story I heard today or read today at some point because I was at work where I was supposed to be working, not reading entertainment news. But that the Russo brothers are definitely interested, and they were having meetings with Marvel about Secret Wars.
Yeah, they've been talking about it. They want to make Secret Wars. It's going to be tough to pull off, but if they're going to do anything to match Infinity War, then Saga, Secret Wars is it.
They said it was hard to pull off the Avengers, and they pulled it off. So if they pulled off the Avengers,
I don't want to count out Marvel, man, because right now everybody's on the Marvel hate train. But every time Marvel's down, somehow they manage to change up the formula and put out something that's fresh.
They need to. Their Phase 4 has really pulled them down a little bit.
A lot of people are not with the plan of Phase 4. A lot of people are kind of confused. So we'll see what happens. I think Secret Wars has been it. I've been saying this for a while. It's 100% Secret Wars. They haven't really been super upfront about it, but we'll see. We'll see. Victoria, what is next? I think this is the last thing of the day. What is this?
This is another new segment we decided on today. Well, actually, I decided that I wanted to keep doing it, so we're going to keep doing it. This is new releases for the week. We have Where the Crawdads Sing, Paws of Fury, and The Gray Man, which is a limited release because it is a Netflix movie. So theaters like Harkins will be playing it, probably one near you. Check Fandango, I think.
Yeah.
But I know Tony's pretty excited for The Gray Man.
I'm excited for The Gray Man. There's Paws of Fury. I know it's supposed to be like a Mel Brooks thing. I think he's in it.
Good cast.
There's callbacks to Blazing Saddles. I've heard some decent things about that. I have no idea what the fuck Where the Crawdads Sing or dances. I don't know. I think it's like based on a book or
romance
something.
Thriller.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon is in it. That's probably a movie you're interested in. I
think she directed
it's always the movie that Gabe
I think she directed it.
Did she direct it?
Yeah, I don't think she's in it.
It's always the movie that nobody's thinking of. Gabe is like the super fan of. He's excited for this movie.
No, I mean, I don't know. Paws of Fury just seems like a Kung Fu Panda light.
Yeah.
Sorry,
What do you think of Gray Man? Are you excited next week for it? Are you going to check it out?
I'm more excited for The White Man.
I think that's directed by Rob Zombie. That has Tom Cruise in it.
No, I actually haven't heard much about The Gray Man. I was gonna ask you what The Gray Man's about. Give me a rundown of The Gray Man.
It's pretty much like the Bourne Ultimatum. Ryan Gosling plays a CIA operative or something like that.
Yep.
He's on the run. The government has turned their back on him, and Chris Evans.
Like the description.
Chris Evans is playing a bad guy for the first time, and I heard he's great. I heard he's great as the bad guy. I think his name's Lloyd in this or something like that.
Lloyd.
There we go, Lloyd. Lloyd Hansen, great name. We're seeing that tonight, actually, so I'm pretty excited. We're gonna check that out.
Honestly, probably.
I want to get ahead on the review, see what all the fuss is about.
Go for it, review it. So I guess I'll see it at some point. Doesn't the CIA, FBI?
Not for you. Not for you.
No, I'm probably gonna go see where the crawdads.
You're gonna see where the crawdads sing. That's Gabe's gonna be the one person in the theater just like tearing.
An original song by Taylor Swift.
All the more reason to see it. Anyway, I think that should be it for the show.
I like me some Katy Perry over T Swift.
I agree with you on that. This has been a great show, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we've covered everything. This was a jam-packed episode. This might be one of the longest episodes of the newer ones, for sure.
I agree.
We had so many things to talk about. The Munsters debate.
Much fun, though.
Lots of new viewers, too.
Lots of new viewers. I want to thank everybody who I've seen popped in. Thank you all. Thank you for everybody that watches the show every week, but especially those that joined us today, because it was a jam-packed and really fun episode. And thank you, Cody, again, for sharing the stream.
Yeah.
That's so cool of you.
Thank
you
you
so much for that. Thank you, Connor. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, guys. You could catch me or Gabe on Twitter.
Brett is always here.
Everybody who helps and supports this show. It is so cool doing this every single week. But I love this episode. It was a great time, man. It was awesome.
Until our Fast and Furious episodes.
We could promote that. There's a new, we're starting a Tuesday show. It's going to be more freewheeling. Bringing on my friend John. Bringing on Leo from Broken Reality. We're going to talk about all 9 Fast and Furious movies. We're all going to wear white tank tops, cross necklaces, Coronas.
Shave your heads.
We're going to shave our heads live on camera.
Gabe's already ready.
Gabe's ready.
I'm ready for Toretto, brown Toretto, Mexican Toretto.
We don't know what Dom is. They never say what he is.
He's Italian. Toretto is Italian.
No. One movie is Italian, one movie is Puerto Rican, one movie is Dominican. They don't know what the fuck he is. They change it every.
He just lives life 1/4 mile at a time.
They change it every movie.
Familia.
Familia. Like, what the fuck is John Cena? He's his brother. What is he supposed to be? White. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. This has been so cool.
He's the white man.
He's just the white brother.
And as a reminder, we do this every Thursday, same time, 7:05 p.m. PST, 10:05 EST.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll see you all soon. Very soon. Maybe sooner than you think.